Hi, my name is Mara Strauss, and for my final project, I decided to do a study on Theodore Roosevelt. So here's how my view of Theodore Roosevelt has changed. So let's start with who Theodore Roosevelt even is. He's the 26th president of the United States, and I've always really seen pretty much all presidents as dictators and not really leaders. He's got military background, so he's pretty loud and forceful and has a very do what I say energy. I thought that he was just like another guy in power calling the shots. I didn't really think about him as a real leader with like purpose or heart, but he did create national parks, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Here's what I didn't see. I saw Roosevelt as all about strength, charge and making decisions, no questions asked. I overlooked the values behind his actions. He felt like a top-down ruler and not someone who listened or served, but I didn't know much about what really drove his decisions, especially outside of war or politics, and I really just missed the bigger picture. This class taught me to understand leadership as something that's more layered. It's not just about making decisions, it's about why you make them and who it benefits. Concepts like servant leadership and emotional intelligence made me realize that being in charge doesn't make you a leader. Using your role to serve others does. Roosevelt's conservation legacy is super important to me as a parks and resource management major. He's protected over 230 million acres of United States land, and he created the first five national parks and the national park system, called the National Park Service. Um, he didn't just use his power for power's sake in this instance, he used it to protect wild spaces. This showed me a side of him that I thought was super future focused. He wasn't just commanding people, he was protecting something bigger than himself, and it was something that was for everybody. And here's why it changed me. I see Roosevelt differently now. Yes, he was loud and bold, but underneath all of that, he used his position to create a lasting impact. His work with national parks showed real leadership, thinking beyond himself, beyond his time, and acting for the public good. That's the kind of leader I respect. He didn't just lead the people, but he led with vision and cared for the future. Thank you.